Hi, welcome to our last video on graphing quadratics. This is graphing quadratics where we have y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. So we've got all the players here. We got the a, the b, and the c. So, again, our graphing rules. This is exactly the same as the first two videos, but I still want you to copy these down again. And I also added here at the bottom, which I should have added on the other ones, vertex is the high or low on the graph. We talked about this in the ax squared plus c video, because I forgot to mention it in the first video. Sorry, it happens. Vertex is our highest point or our lowest point on our graph. It is the highest point on your graph whenever your a is negative. It's the lowest point on your graph whenever your a is positive. So add that in there as well. This is one of the things I'm doing. If you don't write it down, I know you didn't listen to my video. So, we're going to do everything the same here. We're going to do the A, the B, except this time we actually have a B and a C. So, we know that our C is going to move our vertex up or down on the Y. So, let's see what having a B actually does to our... Sorry, there was stuff on my iPad. So I had to get that off there. So let's see what B does. So we're going to do our vertex. The x value of our vertex. Opposite of B over 2a. Well, now we don't have a 0. So the opposite of positive 1 is negative 1. So negative 1 over 2 times 1. So that's negative 1 over 2, which is negative 0.5 as a decimal. I'm going to put this as a decimal because I find it easier to graph decimals than it is to graph a fraction. So this is negative 0.5. Now this also kind of throws out our up 1 over 1 thing because we don't really have a 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down, I'm going to go one less the nearest integer to negative 0.5, and that'd be negative 1. And then I'm going to go to negative 2. And the next nearest integer to negative 0.5 going up on the number line would be 0, and then 1 up from that would be 1. So we're no longer just dealing with negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, and 2. We got some new players there as well. So now we're just going to fill out our XY chart. Now we've been filling out charts and substituting in numbers for a while now. So I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to fill it out, and I want you to pause the video and fill it out too and check your answers with mine. You don't need me going through and plugging in numbers anymore. We've been doing this for a while. I believe in you. So go ahead, pause the video now. Okay, so here's all the work I did for my XY chart. So go ahead and check your work with mine. And if you haven't graphed it already, go ahead and graph it, because I graphed it on the next page. So go and graph it. After that, just keep listening. Replay the video, because we're going to go right there now. Okay, so here is the graph. Check your graph with mine. I know it got a little tight here with our negative 1, 1, our 0, 1, and our negative 0.5, 0.75. So it was a little bit tight there. So what did the B do? Well, we thought that our C, from the previous video, we learned that C moves our graph up and down on the y-axis. Our C was 1, so maybe we should have had it up by 1. Well, it wasn't. It was only up by 0.75. So our B changed our C. So our B changed this. It also moved our graph left and right. So we saw that our B also moves our vertex left and right. So B affects our C, and it affects where the vertex is going left and right. Again, that's one of those things I'm going to look for to make sure that you listened and you wrote down what I'm saying right now. So make sure you write that down. Otherwise, I'm going to make you come back and rewrite it down. Okay, this is our last example. We're only going to do 2 examples. So I want you to go ahead, pause the video, and work through this example now on your own. And I'll go ahead and do that now as well. Okay, so here is my work for that. So go ahead, check your work with mine for the XY chart and all that. And then after it all checks out, we look here at our graph. Check your graph with mine, make sure everything is good. After that, go ahead and get started on them practice problems.